I was talking to a friend of mine about imposter syndrome. That
imposter syndrome?
Yeah, you know that feeling, you know, expression?
No.
It's you get it when people think that you're really good at something and you don't have a lot of self-worth, or you have this perception of yourself that you're not worthy.
Right.
You know, like maybe as an artist, that's a big one that you have it as an artist. Like I had it forever as a comedian, and I probably still have it a little bit, but less so than I used to, because I'm just more accomplished and more understanding of what it is, and the more engrossed in the process, and I know what it is now more than I did before.
Okay.
And you, like when I meet famous people, if they know who I am, I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. This person knows who I am. I'm tricking them.
Right.
It's a trick.
They don't know.
And they're like, hey man, I love your stuff. I'm like, no, you don't. You think you do. You don't. Trust me. Let me get away from you.
Right.
It's like this imposter thing. And then sometimes enough things happen where you go, you know what? I think I might be legit. Like, this is so crazy. Like, I thought I was an imposter forever, but I think I'm going to relax and just concentrate on the work and not worry about whether or not I'm an imposter anymore.
Nice.
Just concentrate on the work.
That ego's always there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always there, man. But the ego, it's interesting. Imposter syndrome is often more prevalent in people who are legitimately talented. And for some strange reason, because when you're legitimately talented, one of the ways you become legitimately talented is to be ruthlessly self-critical. Because that's how you get really good at something. And in ruthless like, I remember Cat Williams was talking about himself once. And Cat Williams is a crazy person, but a brilliant comedian. And he said something that I've always thought. And he's like, I'm not a fan of me. And he goes like, I don't particularly like me. You know, it's like, that is why he's great. Because that makes you work so hard. Like, the worst thing a comedian can be in the beginning is sure of themselves and then incompetent at the same time. It's horrible. It's horrible because you're not good, but you think you're amazing. And then you understand, you don't know why the world doesn't think you're amazing. Because you think you're great, because you're delusional. You have this sort of artificial image of the world that you've put up, and in the world you are the center. You are the center, and you want everything to evolve around you. Imposter syndrome exists because your ego won't, like, your mind understands that your ego will f this up. If you let your ego say, oh, I'm the fucking man, you're gonna ruin this whole thing. Like, you have to be aware of what this is. Like, this ride requires you to stay within a certain frequency. You have to stay inside that frequency. As soon as you start going, yeah, everything's awesome, it all goes away. All of it goes away. You have to stay inside that frequency, and that frequency is not a frequency where you're very pleased with yourself.